Well, most of us got to know our next guest hearing him perform his version of the Great American Songbook. If he was just a few decades older, he probably would have been a member of the Rat Pack. It wasn't long before he was singing a different tune, taking on the role of actor. We caught up with Harry Connick Jr. to talk about his latest movie, Find Me Falling, and how he became such an entertainer, something his parents were not.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who, just like me, they long to be close to you.
Speaking of just hanging out in the wind, I'm here.
Leo.
How you doing, Will?
It's not every day. Keith Urban, J-Lo, and Harry Connick Jr. used to come see you sing.
I had to think who you were for just a split second.
I know. There's nothing like Keith Urban, Jennifer Lopez, and...
And now the purple dusk of twilight time steals across the meadows of my heart.
Harry, we oftentimes refer to entertainers as the triple threat, but you have a lot more than triple. You sing, you compose, you play an instrument, you act, you do talk shows. You're more like the Cinco threat, or probably more than that even. From New Orleans, could not escape music. You learned to play the piano at 3, joined the New Orleans Jazz Band at 10, and you released your first album at 19. You grew up in a household that allowed you to explore.
You're right about that. I was really lucky to have the parents that I had, because both my parents were lawyers and they were academics and a lot smarter than me. And I think when they saw that I wanted to pursue music because I loved it so much, they gave me every opportunity that they could find to help me develop things that I was interested in. The same for my older sister too. And that was a great lesson for me when I had kids, to realize that how can I and my wife Jill facilitate things to allow our kids to become what they want to be. So I was very, very lucky.
Well, I came up to New Orleans, fixing what I could find to peace my mind.
Yeah, from music, dealing with lyrics, you moved on to scripts as an actor. Tell us about Find Me Falling. We love a good rom-com.
This is stupid.
No, it's not. It's romantic.
Well, the two are often confused. I can't even pronounce half of these words.
You've been rehearsing all day. You'll be fine, and I will help you. You've performed in arenas in front of thousands.
None of them were her.
I think this is a really good one. I can say that objectively because, I didn't direct it. All I did was play a role in it, but I'm really proud of this one. Find Me Falling is about a guy who was like a young rock and roll musician who achieved worldwide fame, like mega fame, made some unfortunate choices, kind of went down the wrong road, and ended up sort of in his midlife as a guy who didn't really like life. So he decides, you know what, I'm getting away from it all. I'm moving to Cyprus, which is in the middle of the Mediterranean, and he finds this house on this remote cliff in the middle of nowhere, moves there, and he finds out in a very unusual way why the cliff has a notorious reputation. And as he sort of gets more invested in the scene, things start to unfold that are quite surprising to him.
That's Savas, his wife Andriana, Lenya, the mayor's wife, and Siad, the best doctor in the island.
So this rom-com has a lot of heart. It's got a lot of music and a lot of beautiful locations. So if those things check your boxes, then this might be a good one to watch.
Yeah, and a lot of lessons. He runs into an old flame, and she knew him when he was just him. I think today so many people pretend to be somebody else, and especially with social media, we present something else. And wouldn't it be nice to just go home and be loved for who you are?
That's the greatest feeling in the world. I mean, anybody who has been blessed with a partner or kids, or we know what that feels like. And this guy's gotten way away from the person that he was. I think he's a good guy, but just really made a bunch of bad choices. And it's really interesting to try to watch him find his way back. And there's a lot of humor, a lot of Kleenex moments, and a lot of music. so it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, like we know you as a big star, but I'm sure when you go home, you're just like, you're Harry, you're dad, you're a husband, right?
Yeah, no, they don't. My wife and daughters don't play that.
All right, let me round out with, what is it about a rom-com that we all love so much?
So I was talking to my eldest daughter, Georgia, about this. I said, like, what do you love about them? Because she saw the movie and she really loved it. She said, Dad, people just love and they love travel and they love to escape. And that's exactly what this movie does. You know, I've done a lot of things over the years and I'm always proud about what I'm promoting. This one is special. This is actually a really special project. And it's funny how these things work out because you never know what things are going to be when you do them. This is a small crew, small cast on a small island that we were kind of not really aware of what was going on in the rest of the world because we were so focused on our project there. And then as people are starting to see it in these previews, you realize like the woman who wrote it and directed it is extraordinarily talented, and I just feel really lucky to be a part of it because I think people are going to really like it.
All right. Well, Harry, thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Thank you. It's good to be with you.
And you can watch Harry in Find Me Falling now, streaming on Netflix. To connect with Harry Connick Jr., visit our website, greatdayhouston.com.